Greetings, my name's Oliver1917 and I will be walking you through this Italeri Chinese cavalry set from its historics line. This is number 6123, which is more or less the counterpart to the Mongolian cavalry I reviewed earlier. So, let's actually have a look at the box art, and we're depicted, we're shown a scene depicting mounted Chinese warriors in lamellar armour, or scaled armour, and it's a really nice portrait. Lots going on, lots to look at. If you like myself and you enjoy the pageantry of these models, you will appreciate this box art, which is fabulous as you would expect from Italeri. Now, this actually has the signature of the artist, so G. Rava, well done, very nice. So yeah, we've got some composite archers on horseback. We've got some warriors with, one warrior with his horse-tailed halberd, crescent halberd. Some rather attractive plumage on his helm, his winged helm. And then we've got some gilded scaled lamellar armour on the guy to his right, or our right. So yeah, let's flip the box over and see what's on the back. So yeah, a rudimentary painting guide here. 15 unpainted figures. We've got a 1-for-1 representation of the size of the models. So these are all the colours that one would need. But obviously that's a bit, basic. You'll probably end up using, paints of your own choosing. I personally, I like Citadel. It's not that I like them. Well, I do like them, to be honest. They're easy to use. They're a bit messy. The pots aren't the best, but this is not a Citadel colour review. This is an Italeri review. So, let's open the box and see what we can see. So it comes with, much like the Mongolian set, it comes with 3 identical sprues, each containing 5 horses, 5 men. So let's just pop this there, and let's actually have a look at the sprues. So let's flip it over. So these are all in quite a medium plastic, in tan. So obviously you will need to base coat them or ground coat them first in a primer if you're choosing. Let's have a look. So we've got an archer, and what little I do know about archery is that he's correctly knocked his arrow on the left side. Now I know you can do it on the right side and whatever else, but by and large it's supposed to be on the left, which is accurately presented here. We've got a swordsman over here with a quiver of arrows holding his scabbard, which is a nice touch. And the horses, for me, really stand out. I mean, I know that they've got a name, but that armour on his head, fabulous, really nicely done. His saddlery's got all the accoutrements one would expect. His tail's neatly tied up. This is obviously a horse that's been taken care of by his owner. So yeah, a rather more plain horse with quiver attached. Very nice. This one's got his mane is in plumed. His reins are very nicely and finely sculpted. We've got some lamellar barding on this horse, and on this horse also. I think perhaps they're not exact. No, I think they're exact duplicates. So you get 2 of the same horse. And now moving on. So we've got a resting commander here, or heavy troop. This middle figure, very finely sculpted with his crescent halberd, which is, I suppose, supposed to be this chap here. Very nice. And then we have this chap with his polearm outstretched, ready to do some damage. So yeah, so far, front facing, very nicely sculpted. And just having a look at the obverse side, his bow is sheathed. So this guy, I think he's supposed to be bold, or let's just bring it a little bit closer and see, is he bold? Oh, let's focus. Right, okay, so he's supposed to have some kind of hair, but it looks like he's had it cut, which is a big no-no. Because as we know, hair is a gift from our parents. It should not be besmirched. These gifts should not be lightly taken. So yeah, on the other side, very nice sculpting along here. On the other side of his barding, I can't really see without investigating too much. I can't see any flash or excess plastic. No mould slip. And this is on the reverse side, so yeah, he's looking very good. And obviously, aside from the guy at ease, they're all in action, you know, they're all very lively sculpted. So, yeah, 5 individual poses, but the problem is because they're so uniquely crafted and they've got all their own separate little details on them, and you get 3 exact sprues, once again, you're going to need another set to complement this. So this works really well as kind of like noble cavalry or heavy cavalry, but not necessarily representative of the type of army that would be fielded by the Southern Song dynasty, which is of course the dynasty that corroborates with this time period. They were actually famously very light on cavalry, which is why the Mongols made such short work of them. So yeah, very nice. I would say I would rate this slightly higher than the Mongolian set, just by the sheer fact that these horses are sculpted so beautifully, and they are all really interesting. Obviously the barded mounts are a bit, you know, they're more or less exactly the same, so which isn't necessarily a problem. It is good that you've got some uniformity to them. Kind of makes them easier to sort of line up. And they do seem to be in movement, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I would rate these slightly higher. I'd say that these are a solid 4 out of 5. These are great. Not perfect, because like I say, it's quite a small amount of poses, so you will need another set. However, this in conjunction with your Mongols, yeah, maybe not historically accurate, because they're wearing far too much armour, and you'd probably end up having these would probably outnumber your lighter cavalry, but in the main it's something of a repeating occurrence, the quality of these Italeri sets. So yeah, they're roughly, seem to be 50mm, maybe a touch higher in bases, so, but they're all more or less uniform. Obviously this one seems to be a bit shorter, maybe 40mm or so. But an excellent find. These can be picked up for a comparable price to your Mongolians, and I would really recommend that you pick a set up, even just as display pieces. So yeah, 4 out of 5, very good models.